Hello.
Hello.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.
And welcome to another Coffee Conversations and Q&A.
Yes.
We're happy you're here, guys.
I used to go Valentine.
I know. It's not time.
Valentine. Happy Valentine.
The kids used to do that too.
Yeah.
Like it's time for
Time.
Valentine's.
Yeah. Valentine, honey.
It's Tine. Well,
You having fun?
yeah. What do
Did
you
you
guys?
get flowers? Did you get chocolates?
You going somewhere special for dinner? You cooking a nice meal at home?
That
Lots
should
of
happen
goodies?
other days also.
Yeah.
Fellas, other days also. Not waiting for a special day.
And it's
Get her once a week. Have flowers in the house. They're very nice. They're soothing.
and
Beautiful.
and it shows that
You care.
you care not just because there's a day that you're told to care. I
Right.
think that's the when you show up throughout
Yes.
the year in ways that aren't, written in red, circled on the calendar.
Right.
Everyone expects flowers and cards and candies and
Yeah.
chocolates and a nice meal and
Yes.
gifts or whatever, whatever Valentine's means for you guys.
That's really scam just for the restaurants and the flowers.
Right. So when you show up and you show your love and appreciation 365 days out of the
Right.
year, that
And
goes a long way.
having a date after lunch, having a date dinner, you're already going out on the regular. You don't need that special time to go have dinner for the chalk chicken that tastes like chalk.
The huh?
Chalk.
What chalk?
Chicken,
Why does
dried out chicken.
Why is it
Because they
Where-
get all this chicken and
where are
fish
you
and
going?
stuff for that special day that you can't even get reservations for.
dry?
And they hike up the prices and they hike up everything.
Everything.
And they have the specials of stuff they were going to get rid of anyway.
So again, it's Valentine's Day. Not to rain on anyone's parade, because that's what it sounds like we're doing right now. We're like really pouring water on
Other
it.
days also.
But I would say Valentine's Day is an awesome day to show love and appreciation to those that you love, and take it beyond February 14th. Take it
Yes.
next week and next month, and kind of carry that on and start looking at what are the things that you like about Valentine's Day, and how can you sprinkle those throughout
all
the
year.
year
Yes.
to make every day a day that you show your love and appreciation for those around you.
Correct.
Or maybe far away too, you never know, right? So just think about that, and
Yeah.
what is it that makes this holiday, right? A holiday that people, enjoy. And then when you do those things, the flowers will be cheaper other times of the year.
Yes, no chalky chicken.
The restaurants aren't as booked out. So just think of that throughout the year. This is our message for you today. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day.
Yes,
and
and-
sprinkle Valentines all throughout the year.
Yes.
Alrighty, hold on one second. Looks like something's happening here. Oh, we're back. Okay. That was interesting. But anyways,
Whoa.
can you see us? Can you find us? We're
there
back.
it is.
You never know with technology. What's happening? What's going?
Yeah.
We're still here. Oh, I thought you were just like,
Yeah.
no.
We had balloons.
Yeah, we did. They didn't look very
They
good.
didn't look good. Red.
They kept
red.
turning. I like it when the balloons, when you can see what it says. We have little heart balloons. Say Happy Valentine's Day. We got them throughout.
Yes,
And
I
back
wanted
here,
bunny ears, too.
Bunny ears?
I wanted to wear bunny ears.
That's the wrong holiday.
Oh, right.
Right.
That's coming up. That's like real soon.
So the balloons are back here, but they kept spinning.
Bunny
That's
ears.
like a pet peeve of mine, when the balloons spin and then you just see the side. They're still cute from the side, but it's not. It's
We could have
not
duct
really.
taped it to the back.
No, we just pushed them off to the side. They're off camera view now. I can see them. They look pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, they look nice. And today, we're not drinking coffee. We're actually drinking peppermint tea, and it's good.
Yes.
It's yummy.
We had coffee break before.
We got our hand. So this is a coffee or tea. Grab whatever you like to drink, or
Yes.
water, because we got to chug a lot of that too. So
Yeah. Half
whatever
a gallon
your-
left.
whatever beverage of choice it is. But today we wanted to jump on for our little discussion on Valentine's, and we'd love to know what you guys are doing, what your plans are. How did you sprinkle love throughout the day, and let those that you know.
Yes, little
that are
surprises,
close
little
to you.
gifts.
Yeah, little, and maybe just you,
Yes.
bunny ears or not.
Yeah.
You know?
You can wear a bow somewhere. No clothes on.
You could, oh, we could talk
Or
about.
tassels.
Oh, or you could be the sushi table. That's always fun.
Oh, I'm ready. Let me lay.
You lay yourself out, put the sushi all over you. That might
It'll
not
smell
be,
like fish for a while.
That might not be child friendly, but hey, not everybody has kids, or maybe they're not home, or you never
Right.
know.
They're
So
at the babysitter.
there's lots of ways that you can spice it up and make it fun. So, or
Yes, or chocolate and
a nice book,
whipped cream.
a nice book on the couch. You can love yourself that way too. So
Yes, you
good
can.
reading. So
I
whatever.
like the sushi part.
Yeah, I know you did.
Yeah.
That's not happening today because you're having steak.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So sushi will have to be similar. You have to wait for that one a bit.
Okay.
All righty. So let's jump into these questions before the conversation just keeps going lower and lower, if you know what I mean. All righty. So question number 1 today is, how many bullets should I have on each slide? So this sounds like for presentations.
Yes.
I mean, we've all
No,
been
not
to
10. No.
We've been to events where the screen is here and it's just filled with words. It's just like letters and just gobbledygook everywhere.
Bullets.
Not that.
Bullets.
That's
10,
too many.
20.
The way I always like to look at it is your presentation, 3 to 5. Your presentation is like an aid. You know what I mean? It's not in place of you saying what you're going to say. It's giving a bullet. It's giving a topic. It's giving a
Correct.
starting area for you to be able to speak about. So
Yes.
it's to jot your memory, but it's also to help those who are in the audience watching. Oh, well, I know they're going to be talking about this, so they can follow
right.
along
Yes.
with what it is. So when you see that slide come up, whatever the title of the slide is, and then you have your bullet, that's what's
You
being
know
communicated
what
at
the
the time.
conversation's on. Yes.
It's not, and we've seen a lot of people though who put their whole presentation on the slide and then read it verbatim. That is not what a slide is
No.
for. A
You didn't
slide,
rehearse,
a slide
review.
is to have 3 to 5 bullets, and a bullet is
At a
a
time.
topic, a sentence. It's not a paragraph, right? It's
No.
giving the information of, even like today. Okay, if we were to make a slide about coffee conversations and Q&A, it would say coffee conversations and Q&A, right? And then it would say, coffee
Well,
or
yes.
intro or conversation,
Yes.
or you could say,
Then questions.
smile, Valentine's Day, conversation, coffee, right? And then Q&A. Like that's, you want to have kind of a guiding post of where you're going, but it doesn't need to be verbatim what you're going to be speaking
No.
on.
And the more you add to the screen, the harder it's going to be for the people in the back.
Yeah.
Especially if it's smaller font.
And you want nice, legible font.
Yes, no cursive and loop-de-loops.
No loop-de-loops. It looks pretty,
No.
but again, it's very hard
Not
to
on
read.
screen.
You want bold font, large print. Not like you're in, jumbo land of a
Right, yelling at somebody.
No, you don't want that big, but you want it so that it's legible and then a color that you can see, not
Yes.
yellows or pastels.
Yeah, and
a lot
I
of
don't like
times.
the black. The screen's black, and then you'll have a color coming
No.
through. It's hard to read.
I like the lighter. And then like a black font.
Yes.
Or if you're now, of course, you're wanting it to be on brand. So if that is your brand, then you can always change it so that it's not so stark. It's not so black and white on there. You can have a
can add
gradient. You can
something
have a
on the-
pattern.
yes.
You can have the outline
background.
of it a certain way, and then you can bring it like a border.
Yep.
So there's lots of different ways to do it. Keep your each
Not
slide
busy.
simple. Not a lot going on. If you
Yeah,
have
you don't want anything like this
No, on your
the
side.
screen and then attempt to put font over it.
So you
Wouldn't
can't
work.
read it, right?
No.
So simple is best. You want simplicity when it comes to your slides. You want them to look professional, but you don't want them to be overly busy, overly cluttered, and with a lot of stuff on them. Keep it simple, 3 to 5 bullets per slide.
Yeah.
And again, a sentence or a couple words or something, not run-on paragraphs that go on
Yes.
forever. All right.
Yeah. What details matter at an event?
All the details.
Being on time.
Everything
Starting
matters.
on time. Dressing correctly. Not blasting your music. I mean, there's a list of 100. Easy.
When it comes to an event, every detail matters. There's no detail too big or too small that you shouldn't be looking at and paying attention to. And that's why, when we're on, Event 360, when we're teaching you and showing you what you should be, we
Yes.
cover everything from before the event during the event and after the event. We run you through it all, and the reason is because every detail matters. You need the checklist, you need the spreadsheets, you need, what is your set going to look like, what is your staff going to be doing,
What's your budget?
what's your presentation and your materials look like, what do your workbooks look like, what do your welcome gifts look like, what kind of correspondence do they get before the event, what do they get after the event, like everything. It's not just about, I'm going to speak, here's my presentation, here I go. Everything
It's a lot.
that your attendee can see, hear, read, smell, like it all, and where the venue is, the location, the city, it all plays into it. So
It does.
there's not
Are they starving because it's 3 o'clock and you haven't had lunch yet?
or snacks. Everything matters when it comes to your event, and you don't want to have just like, these are the only things, these are only details we're going to focus on. You need to focus on every detail and really look at each one as, okay, this is something we're going to cover, and we're going to take care of this, and this. No one detail is bigger than the other. You got to handle all the details.
Yes.
Alrighty. Should my event team wear matching outfits?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Now,
Not the same.
we don't mean matching like you've got to have a
Like the
uniform.
twins.
You could, it depends on the event that you're having. But uniforms, not usually. But cohesion, yes.
Matters.
And so if you have multiple team members, you want the look to be cohesive. If you guys are going with black, then everyone wear black. If you're going to have a pop of color, have your pop of color.
Yeah, the same color.
Right? Or you could be choosing between one and two, a couple. Like you could say, okay, today we're going with, everyone's going to wear brown suits, and everyone's going to have, white shirts on.
Yes,
and
or
then,
black tie or something.
you decide what you want it to be. Or today we're all going to wear navy blue, okay? And it's going to be pinstripe, or it's going to be navy blue, and we're going to go with a pop of green. I mean, there's no right or wrong. But it does look good when everyone can look around and say, okay, I know they're part of this team. I know they're part of this team. Not because they're wearing a lanyard or a name tag or a badge. You don't need that. The way that you let them know, the attendees know, is one, because they see you all together, but they see the cohesion of the team as well.
And the team will be on stage together, maybe introducing themselves, so you'll definitely see the matching.
Or when at registration, or when the doors are opening, everyone's standing there
greeting.
welcoming everybody in. So cohesion matters. You don't need uniforms. Make it look professional. Depending on your event, you'll kind of know what that needs to be. But having everyone match to a certain extent is a good thing.
Yes.
Alrighty. Are some cities better than others to hold events?
Well, you know what's going on around the world. you know what's going on. What about
Everything.
your safety?
So yes.
Yes.
You
Think
need to
about
know.
it. Check it out. Do research.
And sometimes I would say you need to step outside of what you think and get the
start asking
perspective of
questions.
your attendees or other
And your
people.
staff.
Hey, if we were to have this event in San Francisco, would you guys want to come to this?
It happened.
No.
Last year.
No. If we were to have this event in New York City, would you guys like that? No, because I like my life, right? So if we were to have this
and cost.
Well, it's expensive. It's more dangerous now. And again, whether it is or isn't, it's the perception of what is right now, right? So I don't believe everything the news has to say, but if everybody is on that, right, and they're believing all of this, then you send out saying, hey, we're going to have our next event in New York or San Francisco, and they have a negative connotation right now to that.
Nobody
they're
wants
not
to go to
as
San
apt
Fran.
to go. They're gonna say, no, I'll wait for the next one, or I don't really want to fly in there.
25 people instead of 100.
So again, you got to know what the running narrative is, because a lot of people buy into the narrative, right? I'm not there. I can't say whether that's going on or not. And the perception and what other people's reality is on that right now. Choose your location wisely. And location matters too. I can talk about all the time. How close it is to the airport.
Are there restaurants around?
What's around?
Is there parking?
So cities matter, and then the location within those cities matters too, because there's good and bad areas in every town, right?
But when it gets dark, you don't want to go outside.
Right.
It's going to be a challenge.
That's not a place that you want to hold your event. So think about all of those things, and then get some feedback from your attendees. Hey, we're looking at these 5 locations to have events this year. Which are your top 2, right?
Yeah, what's
Which
your
one
favorite?
would you like to go to? Look at it like that. So you're giving them so you're kind of getting the feedback.
Right.
The more you ask, people are more than willing to tell you what
They'll
they think.
tell you.
Right? So listen to what they're having to say and go forward with that. And
Yes.
yet, location and then cities, yes. And then within that, it matters as well. And get some feedback from your attendees.
Yep. What equipment is required to have an event? Matters how big your event's going to be. If you're in a small room, you can use a flat screen TV with your computer.
You're talking like a boardroom type of
A
conference room.
boardroom, you don't need a microphone. You can talk to your 10, 15 people. But once you get bigger, you'll need a screen if the room is a little bigger, and maybe just a handheld or microphone just for you. And we don't like saying use house sound. That means the audio from the mic is coming from the speakers in the ceiling, and that always sounds bad, even though they tell you, "Oh, it sounds great." You can't take their word for it.
No.
They just want to charge you for it.
To patch in.
And then what we like is 2 screens, 4 speakers and stands, microphones. You want to be able to have a lavalier, headset mic, and a handheld with a mixer, not into the wall, and you can have an event.
Yep.
But just make sure you have all the cables, splitters, and stuff like that. You can get more complicated as you go.
And-
Matters how big the room is going to be. Are you recording the event? Then that takes more equipment.
I know I don't like to assume, but based on what the question is, like what equipment is required to have an event,
None is required.
you don't have to have any, and the
No.
more you have, the better, right?
Right.
It makes
Even
you
a
look
riser
better.
instead of
it makes
standing.
you sound better.
Yes.
If you can have a riser, which is like a stage that kind
Little
of sets
stage
you up.
that takes you
Normally
up, no matter how small the room
18
is.
inches to 18
Yes.
to 24 inches above everybody. That's
Yes.
good, right? So nothing is required. However, the more equipment you have, the larger your event is, the more that you're going to need so that you are
So it
looking
sounds good, looks
professional.
good.
So
Yes.
it sounds good so that your attendees get that experience. We always come back to your event as an experience. What
Correct.
experience are you creating, right? So the equipment that you're using is gonna funnel into that event experience. So, if you're like, well, I think I can just, talk real loud, or,
No,
if
they'll last for an hour,
right?
half hour if you make it that
And
far.
the other thing is, if you are having a larger event, because you're going to have more speakers, or you're going to have panels, or you're going to have Q&As, or different, you got to think, how many microphones do you need? Because having
At
someone
one
share a
time.
mic back and forth,
Yes.
it
Works sometimes.
It does, but the more that you can already have those things, it makes it a better experience all
Yes.
around for the
Correct.
speakers and for the attendees.
Yes.
All right. Next one. I think this is the last one for today. All right. I saw your video on having a 24-hour hold on your event space, and I don't have that currently for an event I have. What should I do?
Well, they can come in right after you're done.
Let's back up for a
Yeah.
second. So, in case you didn't catch the video, we have one that talks about, we actually have a few different ones, but
Yeah.
we have one that talks about what a 24-hour hold is. So, in a synopsis, a 24-hour hold means when you book your event space, you want to book the space for the full 24 hours. And a lot of
Yes.
times when you're booking a space at the venue, they'll ask, what are the hours of your event? And you can say, oh, well, our hours are, 9 to 6. And they're like, great. But then
Yep,
you say,
they don't go into any more detail.
that's it. Oh, okay, 9 to 6. Perfect. Okay. So then that's what they give you they put 9 to 6 as the event. Here's your ballroom name. And that's what you have. If you don't request a 24-hour hold, they're not going to give it to you. So if you have an event right now and you're looking at your contract and next to the event space and the date, it doesn't say 24-hour hold, what can happen is they can say, well, this person's in here from 9 to 6, but we could at 7 o'clock
Have a wedding.
have
A
a
reception.
reception or a cocktail hour, or so they're gonna kick you out of that room, which means you have to take all your stuff
equipment
out.
down. It's happened.
Right? It's happened, and
We didn't book it.
no, it was something we walked into and had to handle already. But because you don't have 24-hour hold on there, not saying that they always will, but they have the possibility, if their event space is booked and they have someone who reach out and say, I really want to, an event on this
For a
day
couple hundred people.
in the evening.
That's
and they're
a
like,
good amount of money for
well,
them.
they're done at 6. You don't need it until 7:30 or 8. Great, you can go 8 to midnight. Perfect. And
Yes. And then you have to wait till midnight.
to get all your stuff back in the room and get
Even
it all set
after,
up.
because the room has to empty.
Right. It's a pain in the butt. So what the easiest way to prevent that is just to request a 24-hour hold on the event space from setup
Yes.
day till when you're done. You get that whole room, whatever
Yes.
rooms you have, for a full 24 hours.
It's very important.
If that's not already written into your contract, then
Has
I would
to
immediately
make an addendum. Get it.
reach
right in there.
out to your rep at whatever venue you're working with,
Mm-hmm.
and let them know. Say, hey, I totally overlooked. When I'm looking back at the contract,
Mm-hmm.
I said this time. Can we add a 24-hour hold on that? And they'll be like, why do you want to do that? And we're like, well, because I want to make sure we have this. Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Can we just get that in writing, please? Can we either
Yes.
redo the contract? Can you send an addendum and we can sign it? Can we add it somewhere on
Right.
there?
Because-
again,
yeah.
that's covering your butt.
And somebody else will want that space.
Yeah. So
So
it's
there's
so if you don't
there's
have
more
it
than
right
one
now,
person there.
if you don't have it right now, go ahead and just reach out to your account representative,
Yeah,
your
pick up
person
the
that you're
phone
working with.
right now.
Pick up the phone
Yeah.
and just say, hey, we've got this event coming up. I would like to get a 24-hour hold on that.
Yes.
I notice it's not in there, and can we write up an addendum? Should be easy enough. If it's not,
Demand it.
then you need to ask someone else to,
And why?
speak to somebody else about
Yes.
that, because that's something you want. Now, they could have already booked it out. That's a chance.
And you can ask that
It
question.
can happen. And they don't always let you know if they have either. Normally it's like when you're there, it's like, well, you need to leave and you can come back tomorrow at X time, right? So just pick up the phone, send over an email, let them know that you'd like a 24-hour hold. Could we please add that to
Yes.
the contract as an addendum? And that way you're good.
Yes.
And if you're not sure if your contract has that in it or not, pull out your contracts right now
Yep.
for your venues. And look at
double
them
check.
and see what does it say, because if it does not say next to, it says like event space and has the names, the ballrooms, has the dates and the time. If it doesn't say in parentheses somewhere on there next to it, I mean, each venue is a little bit different how they do it, but normally it's pretty close to where it lists off the venue name and the dates, that it would say 24-hour hold. If it doesn't say that, I would reach out. And that way you can get that fixed, so you don't have that little,
Hiccup.
it's just something you don't. I mean, if you have a 2-day event, you have a 3-day event, you don't want to be coming in and out, in and out.
all
You've got a
that
lot
equipment.
of stuff. You've got all your equipment. You've got all your admin things,
Yes,
all
and
your
nowhere to
boxes.
put the equipment either.
It's a big pain in the butt. Something that just by requesting the 24-hour hold can save all of that headache and hassle.
Yes.
So
Yes.
get on that right now.
Yes.
So that you
Pick it
can
up.
get that taken care of. And I think that's all the questions that we
That's
have for
it.
today. So again, have
Thank
a
you.
wonderful, wonderful Valentine's Day with
Yes.
those that you love,
Yes.
and
sprinkle it in.
sprinkle it
throughout
in
the
throughout
year.
the year, guys. Make
Sprinkle,
sure
sprinkle.
you're spreading the love all year round, not just on dictated holidays, okay?
Yes.
We love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.